Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another meal prep video. So today is going to be a short and sweet video. I am just only prepping my 2 lunches this week. With the upcoming holiday, I just want to keep things as clear as possible in my refrigerator, my freezer, so I don't want to have to do a ton of different prep things. This next week is just going to be simple. So let's get into the video. So first up, I'm going to make some Philly steak stuffed peppers. So you guys, this is a fantastic meal for lunch or for dinner. It pairs really well with a salad and it's great even if you are not keto. So this meal can fit into any type of lifestyle. I used to eat these all the time before keto. So first I need to chop up the veggies I'll be using. So I'm going to be cutting 3 green bell peppers in half. Now these peppers are going to go into a 400-degree oven for 10 minutes. You want to cover your pan with foil. So what this will do is it'll help soften up the peppers. That way they're not real hard or anything, and because a lot of times the peppers aren't cooked all the way through if you don't do this step first. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And while those are cooking, I'm going to work on the filling. So I have chosen to use leeks in this recipe instead of onions. Leeks are much lower in carbs than onions, but they have kind of an onion taste to them. I really like leeks. I've used them in the past, but they are really dirty. So you want to make sure you clean them very well on the outside. And then after you cut them, when you cut it in half, the dirt likes to hide in all of those layers inside. So you want to make sure you clean out all those layers too, because like I said, some of them are just super dirty. So I'm going to be slicing these up into just like little slices, and then I'm going to set these aside. So I'm also going to be adding in mushrooms. So I'm dicing these up pretty small since I'm not a huge fan of cooked mushrooms, but I do adore the taste that they give to dishes. So I do like to use them in quite a few dishes. And if I'm not like biting into like a big, huge chunk of cooked mushroom, then I'm all fine and I can handle them. So now my veggies are all cooked, so we're going to go ahead and cook everything up. So to a skillet, I'm adding in some olive oil. Once that skillet is heated up, I'm going to start cooking the steak. So the steak I'm using is a shaved steak that I find at my local Fred Meyer, which is also a Kroger store. So if you have a Kroger, you should be able to find this. If you can't find shaved steak, you can also just use any kind of thinly sliced steak for this. So whatever you guys normally use for this type of recipe. So you're going to go ahead and cook the steak to your desired doneness. The shaved steak cooks super quick. So I'm just kind of really putting it in there, just warming it up on all the sides, and it is done. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that from the skillet. To the same skillet, you want to go ahead and add in a little more oil if you need any, and add in the mushrooms and the leeks. I had to add in quite a bit of oil because the shaved steak did not put off any kind of fat at all. So I'm going to go ahead and cook these up, and also to your steak and to your veggies, add in whatever spices you want to use. I don't like to really say, put spices in any of my recipes because I'm pretty just fluid when it comes to spices. I just kind of grab whatever. So I do like to use onion, salt, garlic powder, pepper. Those are like my favorite spices I like to use in pretty much everything. So when the veggies are almost cooked through, you want to go ahead and add in your Worcestershire sauce. I probably used about 2 tablespoons. I honestly didn't measure it. I just kind of threw it in there. And then you want to add the beef back in, mix that all around, and you're going to be ready to stuff your peppers. So the peppers should be done by now. I'm going to remove those out of the oven, and then I'm going to go ahead and stuff them with the beef and veggie mixture. I like to stuff these pretty full because you have to really kind of push them down in there, or else it just kind of sits on top, and then you have mostly pepper and not a lot of the other stuff. And once I have them all stuffed, I'm going to go ahead and top each pepper with a slice of provolone cheese, and I'll be putting that back in the oven for another 15 minutes. This time I'm not going to cover it, just putting them in the oven, and here they are. Oh my gosh, you guys, these are so amazing. They smell good, they look good, and I think you will really love them. I'll be pairing these probably with some sort of side salad, and I will probably eat 2 of these. One whole bell pepper, green bell pepper, is only like 3 net carbs, and these were pretty small bell peppers, so it's a really keto friendly meal, but you're also getting your veggies in. So next up is a new recipe. I'm going to be making like spicy, crispy Parmesan chicken nuggets. I didn't really know what to call them. I actually combined like 3 recipes to make this one. So the first thing I need to do is grind up the pork rinds. Now they do sell pork rinds that are already ground up. However, I find them to be quite expensive, and I have never had any trouble using pork rinds that I have ground up myself for breading. It always stays on, never had any issues. So let me know down in the comment section what you use for keto breading. Do you use pork rinds? Do you use almond flour? Do you use coconut flour? Because I've seen that in all different recipes. I personally prefer to use pork rinds. And in one of my meal prep videos a couple weeks ago, I'll see if I can find it, I make some chicken tenders, and I give some really good tips on how to make sure your breading stays on. And I've had a lot of people tell me that has really helped them out. So I will try to find that and link it up above in the eye in the sky, and also down in the description box. Also, you guys, if you are new here, welcome. I hope you do enjoy your visit, and if you do, I hope you please will take a moment to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload videos. Also, if you give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment, that really helps out my channel. It helps me get out there and other people to find my channel. Also, if you like this, share it with somebody you know who think you would like these recipes. So just let me know if you like what you see. Okay, so next up, we're going to work on the chicken mixture. So to a bowl, I'm going to combine 1 pound of ground chicken, 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. This is the Parmesan cheese that comes in that green can. And then spices of your choosing. Again, I like to use like garlic powder. I'm using some seasoning, just some like seasoning blend from Trader Joe's, some onion, salt, pepper. So you want to give that a good mix. As always, I find the easiest thing to do is just to use your hands. So I'm going to mix that up, set it aside. And then next we're going to work on our breading ingredients. So I'm going to combine 1 cup of those crushed pork rinds, 3 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese, and again, any spices that you want to use. And also, to make this a little bit spicy, I'm adding in some red pepper flakes from Fresh Jack's. I love the red pepper flakes, so I'm putting some of those in there, and that kind of makes the spiciness to these nuggets. So now you're going to take a tablespoon or like a small cookie scoop, that's what I'm using, and you want to put that mixture into the breading mixture. So you're just going to plop that tablespoon worth of chicken and put it in the breading mixture, coat it on all sides, and form it into a nugget shape. So this, you guys, was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. I honestly had all these scenarios going through my head that it wasn't going to form right, it was going to fall apart. But it was so incredibly simple to make these nuggets. The recipe all around actually was really super simple, and I'm going to be making these much more often, and I'm going to play around with the flavor profiles for this recipe to see what we can come up with. So you want to continue making these nuggets until the chicken mixture is all gone. And I believe mine made about 20 nuggets. So I did put mine onto parchment paper, sprayed with cooking spray so they wouldn't stick. Also, you could use one of those silicone mats. I have some of those, but the parchment paper was just right there, so I just put that on there. So these are going to go into a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. Once that 30 minutes is up, I turned my oven to broil, and I put them under the broiler for about 5 minutes just to kind of make them a little bit crispier on top. I think these would work really well in the air fryer as well, but you would have to do several batches, and so I just didn't want to go through all that. It's just easier to throw them in the oven. But I think reheating these in the air fryer would be fantastic. I think it would make them super, super crispy. So if you were at home at lunch, just try throwing them in the air fryer. Also, I am going to start freezing these. I'm going to experiment freezing them because I think I could flash freeze them so they're individually flash frozen, and then you could reheat them in the air fryer from frozen. I think they would work really, really well. So these tasted fantastic. Highly recommend. I hope you guys try this recipe. If you do try either one of these recipes, please tag me on social media. I always have all my social media handles down below in the description box. So thank you guys again so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. Let me know if you're going to try either one of these recipes, and also let me know what you prepped this week. Also, these recipes will be in the description box, so check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.